What is love? That won't place that I go cold hand, let time go by. Stuck in emotions, ocean waves I don't explain in love. That one day that I shouldn't have chased, should've let it all fall in peace. It's just too late. So damn faking all my love. What is love? She got me stuck in a fucked up spot where I hit that karma, cup these locks. I won't get got my watch my girl falls out. Beginning to lose just too right, too hot to pull me.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Sorry. Wow. Wow. Sorry about that, guys. Listen, we're going to be stopping sharing screen right now. Forgive me, guys. Sorry. Now, that was a jumble of a mess. And I'd like to say I am embarrassed by that. And sorry for the rude opening. If you have any soap, time to use it now. With that said, I'd like to welcome anyone and everyone that will be chiming in. Some would say Shabbat Shalom on this evening. I would just say happy 6-day evening to everybody. And I hope everyone's soul is at peace on this evening. And let's do this. I'd actually like to get into a few topics tonight. I see Sister Barbara is in the chat. Shalom, sister. How are you? Glad to see you here. I don't know. I didn't plan this lesson. I actually came home about roughly an hour and a half ago, maybe less. And the Spirit came upon me to do a lesson which we've never really got in touch with before, creation. And not just creation, Yah's creation. Because what I've come to see is a lot of us, we tend to go and we tend to believe that according to Genesis 6:1, that the world was created in 6 days. This is from what I understand, a lot of our misconception that the world was created in 6 days, and that the Most High, Yah, the Creator, he rested on the 7th day. Now, it is my contention that the world was not created in 6 days as far as our understanding of what a day is, 24-hour day. And not only that, it is my I am saying that Genesis chapter 1 is a compilation, a breakdown more or less of everything from creation to when we get judged in this last world. In other words, we are still in the 6th day. The 6th day is not completed yet, and therefore the Most High has not rested as yet. Because since the garden, since what we call creation of our Adam, show me when one time the Most High has rested. If he rested on the 7th day, how could he have rested on the 7th day when on the 6th day the serpent was involved? So in order for the Most High to rest on the 7th day, what was the serpent doing while he was resting? The Most High cannot rest while the serpent was loosed. So what I wanted to do is get into the word itself, the Hebrew word for itself, which is bara, and it's the Strong's H1254, right? the Strong's number H1254. And usually I go from back to front, but for tonight's lesson, we're going to go front to back. And then it's going to be a short lesson because there's only the word bara only occurs 54 times, probably more. I'm gonna do more intense research. Like I said, this just came upon me within the last hour or so to do this lesson, so I had to do like gathering all the notes together real fast. But yeah, we're gonna show, and then when I get through reading the I see Indigenous Black Man has joined us. Peace to you, brother. Thank you for being here. I see Leonard de Yuda has joined us. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. And with that said, I think, hey, listen, 3, as far as I know, 3 is a crowd. We got 3 people in the chat room. We've got a family. We got a crowd right now. So I will be starting now. Okay. And what I wanted to say, guys, is all I'm doing is bringing out all the verses from Genesis to Malachi where the word created is. And then as I read these verses, I would like to ask you guys, you make the judgment and you tell me if God finished creating everything on the 6th day, right? So let's start. We're going to go to, you know what? Let me go and screen share this so we can, go to screen share, and over here, and I'll go share. And then I'll go over here. I think I'm dealing with 2 monitors right now. So guys, bear with me for a second. And then I'll go up here and probably type in what I type in create, right? TMA, hopefully it'll bring up all the verses. I had it all written down in my book, but I didn't think about screen sharing. All right, so let's go to tools. And all right, so what it's doing is bringing my, this is not a friendly, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's just go, and I'm gonna just do it by chapters. I'm gonna go Genesis 1. 1. All right, so Genesis 1 says, in the beginning, Elohim created the heaven and the earth. Okay, so now, hey Dan, how are you? Thank you for being here. Nails, sweetheart, thank you so much for being here. So we have Genesis 1:1 saying, Yah created the heaven and the earth. Now notice right there, let's think about it. He didn't say he created dirt. He did not say he created water. He did not say he created wind. He did not say he creates spirit. He did not say he create mountains. He didn't say he create all these things. That's how we know that this is not the beginning. It said heaven and earth, right? So we're just going to deal with creation for right now. We can, after this is done, this lesson, which will be short again, less than a half an hour, I'm going to open up and you guys please come on, right? Sorry. All right. So the next verse is Genesis 21, right? Let's go down to 21. What does it say in verse 21? Verse 21 says, and God created great whales and even every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind, and saw that it was good, right? So that's creation. What's our next verse? Let's scroll down to 27. This is all creation. So God created man in his own image. In the image God created he him, male and female created he them. All right. Next verse, we're going to go to, where are we going to go? We're going to go to Genesis 2, right? How do I jump from this screen? All right. It's going to do it like this. I'm going to do it the long way. All right. Genesis 2:3 says, Genesis 2:3 says, And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God had created. All right. Very important. This verse is the verse that's going to make you have to ask yourself questions. Is this verse telling you what we have come to believe, most of us? And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created. Now we all assume that everything that exists right now has that God created it within the 6 days, right? This is what we assume. All right. So now the rest of the verses that I'm going to be bringing out as we move forward, you're going to have to answer that question yourself, right? And let's see if you are right. Let's go on to chapter 4, verse 4. These are the generations of the heaven and of the earth when they were created. The word is bara in Hebrew. So I'm going to start using it. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were bara, in the day that Yahweh Elohim made the earth and the heavens. All right. Next verse, we're going to go up to Genesis chapter 5. And you're going to see the theme as it goes along. And you're going to be like, oh, wow, okay. See where this is going. So we're going to go to Genesis chapter 5, verse 1. This is the book of the generations of Adam in the day that God created man. In the likeness of God made he him, right? So he created man. This is what I said. And it says in the day that he created him. It doesn't say in the 6th day that he created. It says in the day that he created him, right? All right. Verse 2, 5 and 2 says, male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their names Adam, in the day when they were created. All right. So it ain't a one man, right? This is a people, right? It's a people called Adam. All right. Now we're going to go to the next time we see the word bara comes in, it's going to be Genesis chapter 6, verse 7. All right. So Genesis chapter 6, verse 7 now says, what does it say? It says, and the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have bara, created, from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping things and the fowl of the air, for it repented me that I have made them. All right. He's talking about Adam and the rest of the nations around him, not the animals. The animals didn't do anything to offend the Most High. They didn't break his covenant. All right. All right. Let's move on. Now we're going to go to what? Exodus chapter 1. Uh-oh, wait a minute. We're going to go to Exodus? Why are we going to Exodus? I thought God finished creating everything in the 6th day. Oh, well, let's find out what's going on. We're going to go to Exodus chapter 34. What does it say in Exodus chapter 34? Let's see. It says, Exodus chapter 34, verse 10. Exodus chapter 34, verse 10 says, and he said, behold, I will make a covenant before all thy people. I will do marvels, such as have not been done in all the earth, nor in any nation. And all the people among which thou art shall see the work of Yahweh, for it is a terrible thing that I will do within thee. Now, I'm going to read that again, because here's the trickery. Where it says the word, let me read it again, and I'm going to put in the word bara where it is. And he said, behold, I will make a covenant before all thy people. I will do marvels. And the sentence where it says, such as have not been done in all the earth, it actually says, such as have not been bara in all the earth. All right. So there where it says not have been done, it's the same word created, such as have not been created in all the earth. So the Most High is saying, I'm going to do something new that's not been done before. Uh-oh, I thought he was done creating in day 6. We didn't even get started yet. Let's move on. Our next, where are my notes? Okay, our next thing, we're going to go to Numbers. Ooh, Numbers chapter 1 is talking about creation. Let's see what Numbers chapter 1 says. Let's see what Numbers, well, not Numbers chapter 1, but Numbers, where is it? Numbers 16, chapter 16 and verse 30. Sorry about that. Numbers 16 and 30. Numbers 16, 30. Okay. Let's see what Numbers 16 and 30 is saying. Numbers 16 and 30 says, but if Yahweh make a new thing, now the word make, it says, but if Yahweh bara create a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked Yahweh. Right? And we know what happened, right? That was the story of Korah, right? We know what happened. Didn't the Most High make a new hole? I'm not going to jump to that scripture, but we all know what happened. Did not the Most High create a new hole and suck them in? That was a new thing he said he did upon the earth. As a matter of fact, it says it right here. And the earth opened up and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertain unto Korah, and all their goods. What did it say? It was going to be, what did the first sentence say? Numbers 16:30. It says, but if Yahweh make a new thing, and the earth if Yahweh created a new thing and the earth opened up, well, what happened? It was a new thing. This is your first recording of a sinkhole in the scriptures, as far as we know it. The first recording of a sinkhole where the earth opened up and covered your ass and buried you and everything with it, your truck, your car, everything with it. All right? So this is a new thing upon the earth. Uh-oh, I thought the Most High finished creating, doing everything new on day 6. Okay, let's keep moving. Our next chapter we're going to go to is Deuteronomy. We're in Deuteronomy. We done went to the wilderness and now we're in Deuteronomy. Okay. D-E-U-T, Deuteronomy. And where are we going? We're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 32. So we're in Deuteronomy 4:32. And let's see, what does it say in Deuteronomy 4:32? It says, for ask now of the days that are past, which were before thee, since the day that God, Elohim, created, since Elohim created man upon the earth, and asked from the one side of heaven unto the other, whether there had been any such thing as this great thing is, or hath been heard like it. We can go deeper into that, but we're dealing with the word creation right now. Okay, let's go. What's our next chapter? Ooh, Joshua. Uh-oh. Let's go into Joshua. We're all the way in Joshua now, and the word create is still being used. Let's see what it says. J-O-S. What is it? Joshua 17. Let's go to Joshua 17:15. Joshua 17:15 says, oh, it's Josh. 17:15, and it says, Joshua 17:15 says, and Joshua answered them, if thou be a great people, then get thee up to the wood country. And look at this word here. See where it says cut down, guys? The word cut down is actually the same word, H1254, bara. So the Most High is telling them, Joshua says, and Joshua answered them, if thou be a great people, then get thee up to the wood country and create for yourself there in the land of the Perizzites and of the giants, if Mount Ephraim be too narrow for you. In other words, go and create your own. You know, if this is too small for you, that the Most High is giving you, go and create your own space then. Goes to show you, like the Jewish people say, they said, oh, the word bara is only described to God. Only God is the only one who can create, and the only God. Oh, really? So why is the word create is using for men, where it tells you even men can go and create things on their own? So the word bara is not just subscribed to the Most High. So I want to slap that with them, right? If any of them are listening. Okay, let's go to the next verse where we have the word create or bara. Joshua chapter 17, verse 18, right down at the bottom, it says, but the mountain shall be thine, for it is a sword, and thou shalt, again, it says cut down, but the Hebrew word is create. And thou shalt create, and the outgoings of it shall be thine. For thou shalt drive out the Canaanites, though they have iron chariots and though they be strong. So in other words, we're going to go into the land and we're going to create, we're going to set up, we're going to build, we're going to be doing the creating. So, okay, that's another place. Let me tell you, when you see the verses that are coming up, the best is saved for last. You're going to see. 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 29. Let's go to 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse, what did I say? 229? 229. First Samuel chapter 2, verse 29 says, wherefore kick ye at my sacrifice and at my offering, which I have commanded in my habitation, and honorest thy sons above me, to make yourselves fat with the chiefest of all the offerings of Israel, my people. In that verse where you're seeing where it says to make yourself fat, I'm going to read it again using the word bara. Wherefore kick ye at my sacrifice and at my offering, which I have commanded in my habitation, and honorest thy sons above me, to create goodness with the chiefs of all thy offerings of the people. In other words, you're using all the chiefs them to create. It's like they supposed to be serving the Most High. Now you're using the chiefs and everything to serve you. So now they're doing all their creation. Everything they're doing is for you and not for the Most High. So where you see the to make yourselves fat, it literally says to bara, with the chiefest of all the offerings of my people Israel, right? So I'm just bringing out all the places where you're seeing the word bara mentioned, and some will be punchy, some will not. Now here we're gonna go to my David Psalms, my prince of all prince, David. And David said in Psalms 51, David says in Psalms 51, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, when Nathan the prophet came unto him after he had gone in Bathsheba. Oh, I'm sorry. It's supposed to be, forgive me, it's supposed to be 51:10. Psalms 51:10. Psalms 51:10 says, create in me a clean heart, O Elohim, and renew a right spirit within me. Now, how could the Most High do that if he finished all his creation on day 6? All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go to Psalms 89:12. We have Psalms 89:12. Psalms 89:12 says, the north and the south, thou hast created them. Tabor and Hermon shall rejoice in thy name. These are nations that came after the flood. He created, these guys came after the flood. All right, let's see. 89:47. Let's go down to verse 47, same chapter, 47. It says, remember how short? Yeah, it says, remember how short my time is. Wherefore hast thou created all men in vain? He's asking a question. You know how short my time is on earth? Why have you created all men in vain? Now, the last time I checked, babies are still being created. Let's go to Psalm 102:18. Psalm 102:18. Psalm 102:18 says, this shall be written for the generations to come, and the people which, wait a minute, I'm going to read this one slow and let this one sink in, guys. Psalms 102:18 reads, this shall be written for the generation to come, and the people which shall be created shall praise the Lord. Uh-oh. And the people which shall be created shall praise the Lord? Uh-oh. I thought the Most High was finished on day 6. Some people got splaining to do. You got some splaining to do. It's gonna get juicier. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to Psalms 104. Psalms 104, let's go to 30. Right? Psalms 104, verse 30. And it reads, thou sendest forth my spirit. They are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth. Thou sentest forth thy spirit. They are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth. People come and people go now. Yeah, okay. Let's go to Psalm 148:5 and see what it says. Psalms 148:5. What does that say? Psalms 148:5 says, let them praise the name of Yahweh, for he commanded, and they were created. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I was created in 1996. AD. At least on this earth. Like Adam and everybody else, I was created in AD. I was not created on the 6th day alongside Adam. At least not this fleshly body. No, my mother gave birth to me in the year 1966, right? All right, just letting you go. I don't know about anybody else, but that's what I got for my records, all right? Speaking for myself. All right, let's keep going. We're almost there. We're almost done. Ecclesiastes. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Okay, Ecclesiastes. Actually, let me just read it for you. Ecclesiastes chapter 12:1 says, remember now thy creator, which is Bara, Barieh, in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1, Barieh, it's from the word Bara, but now it's like giving it a title to the Most High, like the Creator. So in there, it's using the word, it's the Creator, the Barieh, the Creator of it all, right? So all right. After that, the next chapter that it comes up into, you know what chapter the word, you would think the word bara, the word for creation, create, you would think you would find it in Isaiah, in Genesis, right? Well, I tell you what, the word create is mentioned at least 3 to 4 times more in the book of Isaiah than even in Genesis. It is, let me give you an example. In Genesis, the word create is only mentioned 11 times. You know how many times it's mentioned in the book? Actually, it's double. You know how many times it's mentioned in the book of Isaiah? 21 times. 11 times in Genesis, 21 times in Isaiah. So now we are going to go to Isaiah, family, and we're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to get to the bottom. Why is the word create so many times in the book of Isaiah? Well, let's see what it's saying. We're going to go to Isaiah chapter 4, verse 5. All right, we're going to start off there. And it reads, and Yahweh, here's a will, here's a future sentence, guys. And Yahweh will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion and upon her assemblies a cloud and smoke by day, and the shining of a flaming fire by night. For upon all the glory shall be a difference. Excuse me, that's a future. And Yahweh will create? I thought he was finished creating in day 6. Keep telling you. Chapter 1 is an overseat of Genesis to Malachi. It's a synopsis. All right, let's go on. Oh, what's our next chapter in Isaiah? We're going to stay in Isaiah. I want to go through all 21 of them, all right? Let's go to 40:26. Isaiah 20:46. 20:46. What does it say in Isaiah 20:46? I didn't type it right. That's what it says. Isaiah 20:46 says, 20:46. What's going on? Isaiah 40:26. What? Why is it not coming up? Isaiah, let me read it. Isaiah 40:26 says, Lift up your eyes on high, and behold, who hath created these things, and bringeth out their hosts by number. He calleth them all by names, by the greatness of his might. For that he is strong in power, not one faileth. Isaiah 40:28. Oh, that's saying 20. No wonder. I'm sorry, guys. I'm using with and without glasses. All right. Yes, Isaiah 4 is 40, Devanya. 40:28. Isaiah 40:28 says, Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, the everlasting Elohim, Yahweh, the Barier, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainted not, neither is weary? There is no searching of his understanding. All right. Isaiah 41:20. Isaiah 41:20. I wish I could just go to can I do it like this? Oh yeah, awesome. Isaiah 41:20. Isaiah 41:20 says that they may see and know and consider and understand together that the hand of Yahweh had made this, and the Holy One of Israel had created this. Right? So it was talking about everything that went on there. Anyway, Isaiah 43:1. It says, Behold my servant, whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delighted. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. Now it says, sorry guys, I'm reading 43:1. Isaiah 43:1 says, But now thus said the Yahweh that created thee, O Jacob. Guys, are we still, is the creation finished in day 6? Because Isaiah 43, chapter 43, verse 1 says, But now thus said Yahweh that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel. Fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine. Now, the same words he used to talk about Eve, like he formed Eve. He said he bara Abraham, and he formed Eve, right? He created Abraham, he formed Eve. It's the same exact sentence he's using for Israel. He's telling Jacob, I created you. He's telling Israel, I formed you. But did he do it? Did he do it from the earth, from the dust of the earth? The same way we were born is the same way Adam was born. He bara Alam. He formed Eve. But they came from parents also. Our Adam, our Eve of 6,000 years ago. Yeah, they came from parents also. The world was judged before them. We can prove that on another day. I've done it before, but we can go to that on another lesson. I just want to get through with this creation thing. But key verse, Isaiah chapter 43, verse 1, the Most High is saying, I created you, Jacob. I formed you, Israel. But I thought he was finished on day 6. All right, let's keep it moving. We're on, let's go to 7. Everyone that is called by my name, for I have created him for my glory. I have formed him. Yea, I have made him. You getting the justice, you guys? Creation didn't stop on day 6. Let's go to 43 and 15. What does it say? Yeah, before the day was, I am he. Uh-oh. And there is none that can deliver out of my hand. I will work, and who shall? No, that's 13. I'm sorry, 15. 15 says, I am Yahweh, your Holy One, the Creator, the body of Israel, your King. All right, where are we at now? What is that, 43? Let's go to 45 and 7. Let's go to 45. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. The link is already in the chat. I'm going to put it there again when I'm done. So you guys can please come on. 15, 48, 45, 15 says, I'm sorry, 45 and 7 says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. Now we know we got night and day every day. So, so you guys can roll with that one easily. 45 and 8 says, drop down, ye heavens from above, and let the skies pour down righteousness. Let the earth open, and let them bring forth salvation, and let righteousness spring up together. I, Yahweh, have created it. Those things are happening every day, ain't it? Yes, it is. 45 and 12, a couple verses down. What does it say? 45 and 12 says, I have made the earth and created man upon it. I, even my hands. Uh-oh. I thought I hear some New Testament people saying that they said God gave the power to their God, their Savior, and He's the one that created everything. But according to this verse here, the Father says, I have made the earth and created man upon it. I, even my hands, have stretched out the heavens and all their host by commanded. Uh-oh. So sorry, so sorry. All right, let's go to 45 and 15, guys. 45 and Isaiah 45:15 reads, Verily, thou art a God that hidest thyself, O God of Israel, the Savior. Is that what I meant to read? 45:18? No, it's not what I meant to read. I meant to read 18. For thus said Yahweh that created the heavens, God himself that formed the earth and made it, he hath established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I am Yahweh, and there is none else. And this verse here, Isaiah 45:18, would let you know that something happened after Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Because Genesis chapter 1, verse 2 is telling you the earth was formed and void. It was destroyed. It was uninhabitable, unformed. And the Most High just said, when he don't create a pile of junk. He don't create something that's worthless. He says he formed it for it to be inhabited. So if he formed the world in Genesis 1:1 to be inhabited, what the heck happened where we get to the next verse, Genesis 2, and there was judgment. There was water all over the earth, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. You guys are not telling me the Most High created an unformed, unkept, destroyed world. It doesn't even make sense. You understand? So we know something happened between Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. And reading this chapter here, this verse here, gives you a little hint. And when you go and read Jeremiah chapter 4, read the entire chapter, you get a lot more feeling, right? So creation, right? So we just read 48 and 7. Did we read 48 and 7? Let's go to 48 and 7. And we are almost done, guys. And I can't wait to hear from you guys on this little peek of so we're going to go to Isaiah 48 and 7. Isaiah 48 and 7 reads, they are created now. Now we can go a verse up before. What is it said? Thou hast heard, seen all this, and will not ye declare it? I have shown thee new things from this time, even hidden things, and thou didst not know them. They are created now and not from the beginning. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Isaiah 48:7 said, they are created now and not from the beginning, even before the day when thou heardest them not, lest thou should say, behold, I knew them. So the Most High said, I create new things sometimes, so that way none of y'all monkeys can say, oh, I knew that before. Oh, I knew that before. I love it. That's a key verse. Mark it down. Highlight it there. That's a throw in everybody's face. Letting you know creation is still happening. The Most High said, I create new things all the time. Ha ha. So that way nobody can say, yeah, I know about that before. Ha ha. I love you, Yah. I love you, Father. What else we got? We're going to go to Isaiah. I'm going to go to 54. Isaiah, hold on. We're almost done, guys. Isaiah 54:16. Just going through my notes here. 54:16. Behold, it says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument of his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. Okay, this is that whole verse going into the whole missiles and warheads and all the H-bombs and scalar weapons they have going on out now. Yeah. Most High said, I created these guys with these wisdom for all this stuff, for this end time. Yeah. The waster to destroy. Yeah, I created them. So these guys, were they created in with Adam? All right. So where are we at now? We're 54. Got a few more to go. We're almost there. We're almost there, guys. Where are we going to go now? Let's go to 57. If you guys want me to stop, just say stop. We've heard enough. Okay, you made your point, lady. But since we're almost there, why not go all the way, right? Isaiah 57:19 says, I create the fruit of the lips. Peace, peace to him that is far off, and to him that is near, said Yahweh, and I will heal him. And you know we need healing all the way to the end times. So what? Still creating the words that are coming out of our mouth. The blessed words when he sends us out there to proclaim it, to teach it. Okay, I got 2 more verses, guys, in Isaiah, and then we're done. We're gonna go to 65, Isaiah 65, Isaiah 65. We're gonna go to verse 17. We're gonna read 17 and 18, and it says, "For behold, I create new heavens, and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into your mind." This is why everybody is still stuck on 6,000 years ago. The former can't come to their mind. Sure, you get a little glimpse of deja vu and all that, but that deja vu is within us like the 6,000 years of memory. But the former world, what did he say? We're not going to have remembrance of those. Because what did he say? Let's read it again. Isaiah 65:17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come to mind. And our last verse in Isaiah is Isaiah 65:18, and it says, But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create for. Behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. Thank you, Yah, for still being a creator, for still creating till this day. Thank you, Father. We're almost done, guys. Oh, battery is dying. Oh, Jesus. I got a lot going on here. Yeah, sorry. I got a lot going on around me right. Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay. Awesome. Battery dead. Where's my book? Sorry. Okay, I got it here. All right, next thing we're gonna go to Ezekiel, no, Jeremiah. Jeremiah, we're gonna let's run to Jeremiah real fast. It's mentioned once in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 31:22. 31:22. Let's read what it says. Jeremiah 31:22 says, How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. I've heard a lot of them guys talking about this. I've heard a lot of guys talking about, hey, yeah, no, you hear people talking about women have come on now where they're surpassing men in society. They got more jobs, they're getting better paid, and this and that. Guess what? The Most High is telling you here, He created that a new thing. What? Because the men got too soft, women got too bold. The men allow it. That's why the women are ruling nowadays. Well, not rule, but you know what I mean. They have more power, have been given more power, at least in this society here. So let's read that again. Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh had created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. That's a new thing, people. I'm not even with the rest of the verses. You have six verses in Ezekiel. You have Ezekiel 21:19, Ezekiel 21:30, Ezekiel 23:47, Ezekiel 28:13, Ezekiel 28:15. You can read those, and I'm just gonna close it out with the last two. Just go to Amos, Amos, Amos 4:13, 4:13. Amos 4:13 says, For lo, he that formeth the mountains and created the wind, and declared unto man what is his thought, that make the morning darkness, and treadeth upon the high places of the earth. Yahuwah, the God of hosts, is his name. All right. So I'm gonna end it there, and then you have another verse, Malachi 2:10. It's the last verse that mentioned the word bara, which means created, creator. And yeah, guys, that's the gist of it. I just wanted to show you guys that creation did not end in the sixth day, that we are actually still in the sixth day. The sixth day has not been finished yet. That's why the Most High is still creating. That's why trees are still coming up, popping up every day. Babies are still being born. He's still forming us in the womb, just like he told Jeremiah, I formed you in the womb. You understand? So he's still forming as long as babies are still being born and plants are still being thinking, animals are still being born. He is still creating because nobody else has the power to do that but him. We have the facility and the utilities to do it, but only he can bless it. Only he says if that baby is born alive or dead. Only him. So the Father tells you in all the verses I read out, he's still creating and he still does new things that has never been seen before. So I just wanted to bring that out as the opening of the show. And yeah, guys, that's it. And that was just something to just bring on so that way I can gauge people. And now I'm going to be dropping the link inside of the chat. So now anyone who'd like to come on, by all means, please do. I would absolutely love it. All right. Let's see. And go here. There we go. Actually, no, that's not gonna work. Hold on. It's not Apple, it's Control. I forgot I'm on a PC here. It's Control. Yeah, got it. And Control B. All right, there it is. And once again, thank you so much, guys, for being here. I see yous in the chat room. I see Dan. I see Barbara. I see all you guys. And y'all don't leave me hanging now. This open discussion. We don't have to talk about what I just brought out, but do come on and do declare amberisms. I like that.
Suck it now. I'm here to cause problems.
Go on with your
Yeah, hey girl, how are you?
I'm good. Good to hear you. Fine, thank you. Go
Good,
ahead.
good, good. Hey, I agree with the whole 6 day. We're still like basically gathering sticks or tilling the ground just as Adam did until he was gained his wisdom. Just like
Mhm.
how Israel would be the wisdom or the wife, just like he gained his wife, Eve, right? You
Yes.
see where I'm coming from? Okay. Yes. So I agree. So this is why I don't do the whole 7-day Sabbath the way that the rest of the world does, because from my knowledge is if they do it, you don't,
Hmm.
right? That's
Hmm.
the part of being separate, right?
I see where you're going
Can you
and
hear
I
me?
understand where you're coming from, but I want to hear
Mm-hmm.
more from you before I add in, unless you want us to just go back and forth.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna mute because I'm actually my son is in front of me and he's got locks and we're doing his hair right now and I don't think
No,
he meant to lock it. Yeah,
no,
so you might be hearing some of the brush,
no,
right?
no
So
worries.
yeah, I'll mute. Okay, yeah.
Well, okay. I understand you with the whole. I do not. I do not understand the way they do the Shabbats also. I understand it from a different aspect. The Shabbats that I know that the Most High said we were compelled to keep were those Shabbats, his holy days, that fell within those 7 months. From the Passover, then you have uh the um the the bread, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And then after that Shabbat of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, from that Sunday, he says, count from there 7 Shabbats. So after them 7 Shabbats, we count them, right? And all those time we're doing, plan to getting gathering, right? Doing our cleansing. When we get to the 7 Shabbats, that's when we come and we do the wave the sheep offering or the omer. That's when we go to do that 10th. That's where you get that whole and omer is equal 1/10 of an ephah, and also all that whole measurement of the 10th. So we have to but we have to count those 7 Shabbats in order to know when the exact date of that the feast of first fruits begin. And when after feast of first fruits, after we do that week, then we have to go what? Count 7 more Shabbats. Then it leads up to then we get into the winter harvest where we got the feast of trumpets, the day of atonement, and then we end off with the feast of booths, the Sukkot, right, which is basically coming to our rest. So those are what I know. The Most High said, don't miss those days, because those are the days where I get to meet you, I get to join you, and these are my holidays. He says, I got these 7 specific holidays. They are my holidays. These ain't days for you. It's my holidays that I want you to come and join me. It's like an invitation to a party. I want you to come and join me. But there are specific dates and specific counting that you have to do. He didn't say count 7 moons. He didn't say that. That's why he told us count, count, count. If the moon was important, all the Most High had to say is, and the 7 moon, the next new moon, the next full moon. That's all he had to say. But no, he said, count, 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 count 7 Shabbats. That's what works. Not a moon that comes 28 days, 30 days, 31 days, depending on its cycle. Not that. He said, count. So for me, those are the Shabbats that are important and most. I said, don't miss those. He's not a winter god. Winter is the dead season. So we don't have no holy days in the winter we're supposed to meet him with. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, when I deal with the Shabbat days, they fall within the 7 month calendar, because after the 7 months on the calendar actually starts back over from calendar one. That's how the 30-day cycle, the 30-day cycle of the Most High month, it runs on every 7 calendar,
Can you hear
like
me?
after. Hello?
Hello, hello.
Yeah. Were you hearing me? Hello? Can anybody out there hear me am I too soft? Am I soft? Am I loud? I'm not sure. I'm using a weird system right now. Anybody, can you give me a 1 if you can hear me well? If not, give me a 2 and I'll adjust volume according to you guys. Anybody in the chat room? Oh shoot, I had the thing scroll all the way up to, oh man. goodness gracious. But you see that I don't see that in the scripture. I don't see that. If you want to come on here, Benai, and talk about that, I'd love to have a description because I've heard a few people say that before, and I'm not seeing that where the moon decides that. I'm not seeing that, and I'll tell you why, and I'll show you scripturally why. Um, yeah, my mic and volume is okay. Thank you very much, Benai. Thank you. Yeah, anybody come on here? Hadessa, Benai, Dan, you guys come on here. Come on, this is your channel also. I see a lot of not much have been happening lately on other channels. I really wanted to have this here for a 6-day night for all of us.
So
Yes,
sorry
Amber?
about that.
No worries, no worries. I have
Okay,
my
yeah,
hair
I heard
today.
what you said, except for like the last 2 minutes or whatever. You don't have to review that, but I did want to ask you a quick question. Well, actually, a couple of questions, and some of it relates to the new heavens and a new earth type
Mhm.
of idea with Noah's Ark, actually, because earlier, me and a couple of people in the chat, I was explaining how I see what Noah's Ark is, because it would be how Noah would have been quote unquote perfect in his generation because he kept the law, right?
Mhm.
Now, Adam too was made perfect because he originally was supposed to, continue with that law, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So the Ark of the Covenant or the law would have been similar to Noah's Ark, meaning he and his family that were keeping the laws, and anybody outside of that law or outside the ark, quote unquote, were dead. Anything outside the law, you died, quote unquote, dead, right? Because the law is life.
This is why I love you, girl. Keep it. Keep talking. Keep talking, darling.
Oh, yes, indeed. And so, and then also in, I think it is Genesis 1:7, it talks about the waters coming up from the earth or from the ground and coming from the heavens, which would be similar to the waters coming down from the heavens and from the earth during the story of Adam's flood, or I mean, Noah's flood.
Yes. You're saying
Yay!
you're saying, and this, and I tell people this all the time. I mention your name a lot because
Yay!
and I tell people, everyone, I always tell them, I admire you so much because you go where I like to go, where you go outside the box. Sometimes you need to step outside of the situation so you can see things better. And sometimes we get so stuck on our beliefs, our assumptions, maybe the doctrines that we've been hearing all this time, and we tend to, without even wanting to, sometimes we tend to incorporate them into sensical things. And then now we get confused. But what I love about you, Amber, you always stepping outside the box. And what I really love about you, you're always research. You're always in there digging and coming to me. If it's not by text, it's by FedEx, by email, it's by UPS. Always got a question coming from
It's like
somewhere.
Greyhound. I'm
Yeah.
coming through.
But then it's like most of it, you always hitting things right on the nail. For instance, what you just said about the ark. If you look at the way the ark was built,
Yes.
think about it. Go and look at the temple. Go and look at how the temple was built. You would see the temple had 3 tiers because the Most High is up in an elevation. His elevation is at the 3rd level. You see the temple was made with an opening at the north, the window at the north, just like the ark was made what? With an opening at the north for the Most High to come in.
Hmm.
When the Most High closed the ark, he closed the ark door. It wasn't Noah. That
Yep.
ark is
And
too big.
just
Yeah,
like just like how Adam and Eve were kicked out of the garden, there was a cherubim that locked them out. It's the same
exactly.
correlation, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Very good. So
Oh,
now, when you say
go
that
ahead.
with the ark, right? So the Hebrew word is the teba, right? For the Noah's ark. For the small ark, it's called Aaron, right? Coincidentally, it sounds just like Aaron's name, Aaron. But the ark, and it tells you when you read it in Hebrew, it says the Most High told he told Noah to pitch it inside and outside. You're pitching it like with tar, so you can seal it from water coming in, right? But the word used is the same word for consecrate. Consecrate the ark inside and out, like you're blessing it. Just like put your mark on your doorpost, consecrate it so when the damage come, those who are inside, nothing gonna happen to them. Same concept. The Most High told Abraham after everybody came into the ark. The Most High told Abraham, "Now you come in." He didn't tell Abraham, "You go in." The Most High told Abraham, "Come in." And Abraham entered the ark, and it said, and he shut the door. That was the Most High shutting the door.
Yes. Okay.
Nobody,
Now,
nobody ran.
Devania,
Yes, please.
I'm about to jump out the window now. Okay.
You got a
So,
parachute? Go ahead.
yeah, no, I'm going head first. All right. So now if we're correlating that back to Adam and them being naked, right? Because they partook of this knowledge and they became naked, meaning vulnerable. They were hiding behind a certain different knowledge than what they were supposed to. They were exposed, right? Now, okay, here's the jumping. We know that Noah too was naked. All right. Not what was the knowledge or the information that he was hiding behind that his son exposed him for? Now I'm gonna mute.
That's a very interesting question. And what I do, the person whose story is similar to me with Noah is Lot. And the scripture, the Most High warned us about, listen, yes, I give you, he tells us in the book of Ecclesiastes and other places, he says, I give you strong rum, strong liquor and wine for your days of trouble. Because he know we were going to be going through a lot of persecution for thousands of years under these nations. He says, I gave you that in your times of trouble. Every now and then you need that thing just to take a drink and just relax your body, right? And just escape. So he says, I gave you that for that. He says, but beware, being a drunkard. He said, woe to those who wake up early in their mornings drinking. He gives us all kind of things. Do not become a drunkard. Once you become a drunkard, you become sluggard. You start to lose your responsibility. You start to let anything go on your land where you had laws before. You too drunk to even keep up the laws. Anything will go on your land. So when we look at Lot, and you think of Lot's situation, Lot and his two daughters, they literally just saw 5 cities as far as their eyes can see. It looked like the whole world just went down, right? So for them, they're the only people living on this earth in their mind, right? We got to make babies. It's only daddy left. He's the only man left. So just think about it. Lot going through all of that. What did they say? They got him drunk. Can you imagine? I would have been drinking. I might have been the one getting raped. You understand? Or slept with. But I'm telling you, I would have been drinking too if you just see everybody you know, your cousins, your aunts, your nephews, everybody else in the world got dead, and you know it's everybody else in the world got dead except whoever everybody else is on that ark. Yo, that'll make me drink too. But it tells you Noah went and he built the harem and he built his vineyard. And Noah had a lot of drinking going on. You understand what I'm saying? He had a lot of that, and he just left himself vulnerable. And yeah, so his shame is
I'm gonna
yeah.
dissect that a little bit more because I do see a correlation between um, Japheth and Shem covering their father's nakedness.
Nakedness.
They covered something. They excused something that Noah did, and I need to dissect that a little bit. But I also want to. I can't see the chat, so if anybody's asking me any questions, I'm sorry. I'm not purposely ignoring you, but um, also I see the correlation between the people on the outside of the garden where they were eating and drinking and being given away in marriage, meaning they were eating the knowledge or partaking of the wine or whatever, drinking of the knowledge that the world fed them, and they were given into marriage, meaning, you know, how women are symbolized for like different wisdoms and things like that. So they continued with their different wisdoms um, in the spiritual sense. So
Mm-hmm.
until the flood came, and they were not able to get inside that knowledge or the ark.
Mm. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but
Hmm.
I'm stuck on what the script, like I try to stay as close to what the scripture says. And
Hmm.
I know it says, like when I read it in Hebrew, it says they
And the
use the word.
reason why I say that is because it
Mhm.
says that the Nephilim survived after the flood. You see what I'm saying?
But how did they survive? Remember, who went on the ark? It wasn't just the eight family. Remember those
Oh,
animals?
yeah. See, now we knew that's a whole nother thing that a lot of
Right.
people don't want to touch either, is that those beasts on the ark would
It-
have been people.
they would have been people. Yeah. Can you imagine if the Most High is in, remember, the Most High is in this ark. He is in there. It is just like him being in that the Ark of the Covenant. Remember, it's got the mercy seat, and he dwells on the mercy seat. It's the same concept. How could the Most High be dwelling in this ark for 150 days? When you got all kind of animal shit and all that stuff, come on, come on. That is like literally telling me you're gonna take all kind of animals and let them go live in our holy temple for 150 days straight. That's just really, let's think about it. You can do that with humans because humans, there is a cleanliness. Moses probably had a little outhouse chute that went out, flew. However, you understand what I'm saying? On
I
ship,
just got done watching Hoarders, and
you can,
oh my gosh, could you imagine all the crap? Like, these people are crapping in 2-liter bottles and stuff like that. Could you, like,
yeah. Yeah,
no,
imagine that for 150 days on the
I'm
ark. Are you
cool
really
on
telling
that.
me there were animals? Are you telling me there were animals? Come on. And wait till I bring out all the freaking
Well,
verses. I haven't done the beast one yet. I have not done the beast one. There's over 100 and something just on the beast alone that I have where it's literally telling you that it's people.
okay, so then if it's people or different or represented as different nations, you can see the correlation of these different people or nations on the earth today that have similar concepts of the Bible or Torah or whatever.
Right,
Then you have people that have absolutely no concept of this rule or law
right,
or whatever. So
right. That's
now
that's
those
how
would
people want to know how did Cain's seed survive? How did this survive? How did this survive? How did they, when you start knowing they were, because remember that why did the Most High tell Noah to take 7 of the unclean beasts, clean and unclean beasts? Nobody stopped to think about that. It's like, why are we carrying unclean beasts onto the ark? See, unclean nations, because the Most High tell you, I don't get rid of my creations. I'll chop them down, I'll make them small, but I'm gonna save everybody. I'm gonna save everybody. You just gonna have, like, maybe I'm gonna keep your family to a minimum on the earth, where everybody else can make a billion kids. People can make 50 million kids. I'm gonna only make sure you can only produce like 10 million, 20 million. Yeah, yeah. I'm a seal up the wound of your women where they can't produce as much babies. That's how he does. He tells you how he operates in here.
right,
So
right.
that's how we can find people, characters, or the same nature of people that were in the garden, that got kicked out of the garden, that survived before the flood, after the flood. That's how you can still see them exist till this day, because the Most High does not destroy his creation.
All right, lady. I don't mean to cut it short, but I know that you were trying to make a short video, and also I have to finish this child's hair. So,
Yeah.
but thank you for answering my questions. I have a whole bunch more, but
Oh,
I'm
anytime.
gonna come back and revisit. I'll take the Greyhound again and come back and visit you. You know.
All right,
So
sister.
thank
Thank
you
you
for
so much for
having me
coming.
on and answering my questions.
No,
So
thank
I'm
you.
gonna like I said, I'm gonna dissect the whole knowledge that Noah was hiding behind or naked too. So, and then of course you'll receive a text from me probably. Yeah.
Oh, of course, of course. No, I
Okay.
look forward to that. You got it.
All
Have a
right.
blessed evening,
You,
Amber.
you do the same. Peace, chat. Much love, family. All right. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Con. Devanya, can you go into Genesis chapter 1, verse 14? All right. Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. All right, hold on. Okay, let's see. Genesis chapter 1. Oh, oh, wrong screen. No. Genesis 1, 1, 4. Is that it? Okay, let's see. Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. It says, And Elohim, Wayomer Elohim, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven, and divide the day from the night, and let the signs and for season. Yes, absolutely. Let me go and bring it up into Hebrew so we can get okay, I think if I hit the tools, it should, there you go. All right. Now here it says, let's go. It says, Wayomer Elohim. Can you see it? I don't know. Can you guys, you're not seeing it? I thought I was sharing. Yeah, it does show. All right. It says, Wayomer Elohim. Yehi me'arot berakia hashamayim lehavdil ben hayom uben halayla wehi leotot, wait a minute, ulemoedim uleyamim weshanim, right? So let's start over. It says, Wayomer Elohim, and God says, Yehi me'orot. Me'orot that's where you get the word menorah from. Menorah. Guess what? You're going to never find the Most High will never, ever in the entire Hebrew scripture, the Most High never uses the word menorot to describe the sun. The menorot are used to describe the people and the instruments in the tabernacle. In the tabernacle. So the Most High, you will never find the word here in Genesis. You cannot find where the Most High said, I put the sun, which is Shemesh, and I put the Yarak, which is the moon, in the sky. No, he says here, he put Me'orot, Berakia. He put lights in the heavens. Berakia is the word for, guess what? You know what the Most High calls us to? He calls us his firmament. I got verses where the Most High calls us his Rakia. We are like the split in between good and bad. It's like, yo, I put them in between. How you think we got in between the middle between Ham and Japheth, and we got the middle spot? We're the Rakia in the firmament. We are that Rakia. We are the Shamayim. He calls us out his heaven. We are his own world. We are like a world within this world. He calls us his world. So when you're reading that, right? Wayomer Elohim, Yehi meorot be'rakia hashamayim lehavdil, what? To divide Bain Hayom. Yom, Genesis 1 tells us the Most High said he called the light. Think about this. He gave us definition for everything. He called the light, which is or. He called the or Yom. So when you see me'orot is of the lights. Of the lights. So when he's saying the Most High said he made a difference. He Wayavdil ben Hayom u ben Halayla. He's saying I put a difference between those of light and those of darkness. These are people. When you think about it, he's separating, because remember, this is judgment going on this time. And the Most High was like, that's why there was, when he says, let there be light, remember, the sun and the moon was not created yet. How is it on day one, the Most High is saying, let there be light? Because there was judgment upon the earth. Water was upon the faces of the deep. And the Most High was saying, I'm separating the light from the darkness. He was separating the good from the evil. And the meorah is like that candlestick, the light, right? And you know why you know this? When you go and start reading the tabernacle with the priests and all that, you're going to see the same word, meorat, the same word used in Genesis. That's what's used throughout the tabernacle, throughout the temple. The Most High has never once in the entire book used the word meorot to describe the moon or the sun. Never. It is only for our priest, our king, and the holy vessels of the tabernacle. So, and it tells you, right, to make a difference between good and evil. Basically, you can look at it like that. A difference between day and night, because he told you what day is and he told you what night is. He tells you one is good and one is evil, right? And the lights of, and he tells you, le otot, for lights, le moadim. Moadim are appointed times. The Most High said, I got 7 appointed dates with you people. I got appointed dates with you people. I got destructions that happens, and when you see a red sunset, understand that there's some drastic weather, things coming your way. So he tells us we put them. There are things that you can see. If you see Orion upside down, straight upside down, you're gonna know, hey, okay, it's wintertime. You can be lost at sea and just look at the position of the constellations in the sky, and you would know what time of the year it is. So you can actually never miss your Moedims. Moedims are specific appointed times with the Most High. These are dates that he tells us don't miss it. So that's why I say Ule Moedim, Ule Yamim for the days, U Shanim, and for years. You understand? So you can look at constellation, and you can actually, just using the constellation, you don't need the sun or the moon, just using the constellations, you can know when a year has gone by. Using the moon, you can roughly know when a month has gone by. Using the sun, well, we know we can use that to know when a day has gone by. So when you're reading Genesis 1, it's got what do you call it? It's got temple words in creation. It's got temple words. It doesn't have carnal words like sun and moon. The first time you see Shemesh and Yarak mentioned was in Genesis chapter 37, when Joseph had a dream that the 11 stars and the sun and the moon was going to bow down to him. Now that's the first time you hear the word sun and moon. But these words here in Genesis 1:14, you're going to find the exact same sentence being used in the tabernacle. That's what I'm trying to tell people. This book is double fold. It's like, yeah, you can see the Most High. Yeah, you can see him talking about the sun and the moon. He put 2 great lights. But the 2 great lights he was talking about was the priest and the king. One to rule the day, that's the priest, and one to rule the darkness, the night. The king rules the day, and the scripture tells you that. Even in English, it tells you that. The king rules the laws of the day, and the priest governs the laws of darkness. They have to deal with all the darkness of man, the sins and the forgiveness and the killing and all that. So those are your 2 great lights that the Most High put in the Shamayim, which he calls Israel also his Shamayim. So I know sometimes I take a long way to go around things, but I hope I explained that a little bit. I hope. And you hope. Now I'm gonna get back to the screen I was on. Yes, sir. And I can't see anybody in the chat right now because I'm like scrambling with the screen here. All right. So, what's up? I see the create. What's the Okay, I'm gonna see what's going on here in the chat. And someone was talking about the wheel inside a wheel being the eye, Amber. There goes a lot. What is dancing? The follows are supposed to be artificial. No, there is light and dark without the sun. Just trying to go back and see if I'm understanding. What do you guys? So no one's gonna come on. I'm gonna be shutting down this stream early. I thought I was gonna do a Friday night stream so people can just not come on and chat. That was my main reason for doing it. I'll even shut up in the background because I haven't eaten dinner yet either. All right, so that's it. I guess I will be ending this stream because nobody else is coming on. And all right, guys. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for chiming in. And hope you guys have a blessed evening and have a wonderful Shabbat. Dan, Benai, Nails, once again, thank you for coming on. Barbara, and everyone else who chimed in. Thanks, guys, and have a wonderful evening and have a blessed Shabbat. Peace. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.